We all know it's always a smart idea to use protection, even though we all may not always use it. But the last thing you want to do is go out and end up having life-changing consequences on your motorcycle, of course. And I know some of you have been around for this project, but if you're new here, what I'm doing with my Honda SCL500 is building this bike out to be more off-road capable. I want to really scramble with my scrambler, right? My end goal of this bike is to be able to go off and do a BDR. We've talked about luggage on this bike. We've talked about tires. Yes, I still got to talk about suspension, which it is installed. I've been testing it, but I've been having a few issues. I got a leaky front fork up there right now that I got to figure out. But today we're going to be talking about protection, because if you are used to off-road riding, you know you're going to drop your bike. Now, I got a lot of really cool accessories to show you on this bike that really help out with protection, but I want to kick it off with two that I get asked about the majority of the time. That being the crash bars and then the skid plate that I use. And talking about the skid plate, this is from REM Motorcycle, if I'm saying that right. I believe out of UK, and they actually produce this per order. Like, you order it and then they fabricate it and then send it out. It is a really solid skid plate. I mean, it's hard to find skid plates for this bike. You can find like little chintzy ones that really don't attach very well, but this thing attaches really nice in there. It goes all the way back and gives you that protection, and it's really solid. It was hard to find one, it really was, but I think I finally found the perfect skid plate for the SCL500. And as far as the crash bars I'm using, they are from Hepco and Becker. And let me tell you what, these bars are solid. And again, I searched high and low for a good set of bars. You can see many similar ones like the Rebel. A lot of people retrofit the Rebel ones onto this here, and they just, I don't know, they come out up here and they just scare me, especially for off-road. And if you fall, like, your leg can get caught in them and just break a leg. These got really nice solid attachment points. They're very solid. They don't flex whatsoever. And again, they're out of your way if the bike goes down. It's not really if, it's when the bike goes down. And I'm not too sure how well you guys can see underneath the bike here when it's laying on its side. But again, it's laying on the bars. Yeah, it's touching my back bag and then also my hand guards, which we're about to talk about. But as far as engine protection, I mean, it's not touching it. Now, unfortunately, if my bike was laying on the other side, I would have a lot of pressure going into my exhaust right here. It would probably bend it. Now, if you had the stock exhaust, or I believe there's another model that comes up and over here, I think some of the pressure will be relieved off that because it'll be resting on the hand guards. And then, of course, if you got a case or something. But no matter which exhaust you have, I think there is going to be some damage if you go down on the side. But especially with the Leo Vince one I have right here, I will probably experience more damage if it goes down on the other side. The other thing that stinks about it dropping on this side is the kickstand is on my side over here. So it's going to be a little tricky, so don't go down the other side. And since we just saw them in action, let's go ahead and talk about the hand guards. I'm using the Barkbuster Storm hand guards, which I use across all of my bikes. I use them on my Africa Twin currently as well. Holy smokes, I don't know if you guys saw that, but that pine cone almost came down and whacked us. Back to the hand guards here. I swear by these. I love them. They've been tested and they work perfect. The cool thing about the SCL ones is they also come in black right here, so it matches the bike really nicely. Now, the other thing we also saw in action helping out with protection is my side bag. Even though we use our bags to put stuff in, they help out with protection as well, especially on a scrambler with minimal protection. But as this bike was laying down, it was really resting on the front, the engine guards right over there, and then the bag. So it really helped us out. Now, again, unfortunately, on the other side, I can't put a bag over there. Maybe there's something, but it would stick out real goofy and it'd cover up the scrambler exhaust. If you do have an option for that, please let me know down in the comments, because I'd love to check it out. Now, I want to show you two pieces of protection that are kind of hidden on this bike. You really got to look at it to see them. And number one being the little fender extender here. It just brings it down a little bit more, and it blocks a lot of those rocks and muds flinging up onto the exhaust and your oil filter right there. Even though we got the skid plate, it's not covering everything, and this definitely helps out. I know some people say, oh, the fenders are horrible, put the tall one on, especially if you're doing off-roading. You got to go through consistent heavy mud to clog one of those up. Again, my Africa Twin has a fender that's the exact same height as this, and it is perfectly fine. So don't think you need a tall, goofy looking fender. Me personally, I'm not a fan of those. I like it sleek like this, and this little cheap little extender right here, again, keeps that sand and mud and rocks from flinging up onto your oil filter and all that stuff, and even up onto you. And the other hidden one is this, underneath my couple of bags right here. You see this little molly system? This is from Unit Garage. It's on both sides, and it really protects the engine housing right there. Again, it's molly for your bag, so you can strap some other stuff on there. I just keep some tools, my bear spray and my knife in there, and they got a little extra bag down here for whatever I want. But even other than storage, it serves again as protection. And look at that, they are super solid. So if you go down on uneven terrain, it's gonna block other stuff from hitting that in there. I wanna see if you can find what the next bit of protection is that I'm gonna show you. And if you thought it's this right up here, well, I don't know. Were you right? Because no, it's not the tank bag up here. Obviously that's for storage. No, it's not the tank grips or pads right there, because that's mainly for grip. It's actually my tank cover, because you all know when I bought this bike, it started off as orange. And as much as I'm not a fan of the orange, I wanted the black version. I had a win-win here. I didn't have to spend all this money to paint my bike. I just bought this simple cover, slid right over, it's stuck on it. You can see it can't come off right now. Now, if we take a look at it from the top side here, there is gonna be one issue. Number one, this is my tank lock ring right up there, but you can still get to the tank, actual gas tank, with this cover on it. And if I undo it right here, bam, now you can see the orange. But the thing that I think might be the issue is that there are gaps going underneath it right here. But when you install it, which I didn't film, I apologize for that, but you got these rubber gaskets going all the way around it, and then double-sided sticky tape. So you got a minute little gap going all the way around the tank. So I don't think sand and stuff's gonna affect it in there. Sure, water may build up, but again, that's just washing whenever you get it off right there. I think we're a whole lot better off with the cover on it, especially for off-roading, than without it. Now, the two last things I want to show you for protection on my SCL500 are right up front. Number one being the headlight guard, and then the windshield. And I know some of you might be thinking, a windshield, how's that protection? Well, number one, and most importantly, is from getting beat up by the wind on long rides on an SCL. You're just out in the open. So again, you're protecting yourself, not getting worn out. But also, if you're off-road, you're going to prevent those rocks from flinging up and hitting you. If you've been behind other people, you know what I'm talking about. And that goes right in line with the headlight guard. This is actually metal here, very solid. The openings are a little bit big, so yes, rocks can still get through there, but at least it's a deterrent. Again, these two are mods that I think are very beneficial for off-roading, especially the windshield. And this is the Unit Garage windshield. I've tried the smaller ones, which are definitely nice, but this one is just that perfect combination. It's not too big and bulky. Two mods that I think are very beneficial. You may be thinking some of these are just unnecessary and not needed. But again, on a scrambler, a very open and exposed bike, every little bit of protection really helps out. So I hope the few options that I showed you for protection on your SCL500 were beneficial and able to help you out. I know a lot of us are going to have different riding styles. Maybe you don't plan on doing as much off-roading like I do on my SCL500, and maybe just a few mods will help you out here or there. So hopefully you could take something from this. And again, if you want to see how this whole bike performs, we should have two more big videos. Number one being the suspension, and then the following video will hopefully be the BDR that I'll be doing on this. Of course, I have other videos in between, but as far as the two big videos on this build will be suspension, and then how does it all kind of combine and come together on that BDR, which will be pretty darn exciting. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up. Hope to see you in our next adventure. Bye now.